bit nervous. I hope the sounds are okay. Let me check to make sure the rain sound is alright. It seems like it's pretty good. Good morning, starlings. This is my first time doing ASMR, and I hope I can bring some a relaxing place for you. I hope you will forgive me for any plunders I might have while I'm doing it. Like accidentally not turning off my vibrate. I'm so sorry. I hope you are having a wonderful day today. So I have some ASMR menu. I should have put it on my panels and I kind of forgot. Let me do that real quick so you can easily access them. Thank you to anyone who comes. Let me add that to a panel. Just in case you can't see it on screen too easily. It's a little too big. Hold on 1 second. Okay, we're back now. So you can see my ASMR trigger menu down below. It's way more easily accessible. I apologize for that. So what I'm gonna do, if no one has any triggers, we're just gonna go through the list and do about 2 to 5 minutes depending on which one it is. We will start from the top and then we'll go all the way down to the bottom. If I'm too quiet or too loud, please don't be scared to tell me if the rain is a little bit too loud or if you would prefer it turned up. Also, don't be scared to tell me that, because I am here for you. So I hope you enjoy your time. We're gonna start with hi. We're doing ASMR. Can you hear me and stuff pretty well? Hope you're doing well too. I know ASMR isn't for everybody, so it's okay if you don't want to stick around, but I appreciate you coming. If you do, dip. Yeah. Is the rain overpowering me? Excuse me. I've been trying to test stuff. maybe there for the rain. I don't want the rain to like disappear. I'll be here. I'm at work though. That's okay. I hope work's going good for you. I'm supposed to be a little bit quiet, but I want to make sure y'all can still hear me. I'm still new to this whole like whisper but loudly enough type of thing. And I don't want to hold the mic straight to my lips because I got other stuff to put against the mic, if that makes sense. Right, because ASMR. Yeah. I wish there was an easier way for streamers to test their audio, like without it like coming through the mic, because it's so hard. Because like you have to keep talking, but like if you check it on your phone, then you pick it up on the mic, and if you check it on the desktop, you pick it up on your desktop audio. So it's like either way, you're gonna have to get a double audio. Yeah, I feel. Feel. I'm also, I don't know, a little nervous because I have the thing off the mic that like makes sure you can't hear like popping, but you're supposed to hear popping in ASMR, so you're gonna hear like like my breath. It's, I don't know, it's kind of weird, but it's cool. I wish there was a better way to test your stream. Yeah, right. And not have to rely on someone else too, because like I guess I could mute the desktop audio and check it, which I guess is a fine way to do it. I guess I'll do that. Thank you. I've been trying to study like what makes good ASMR, and it's kind of hard. The rain is so loud for me. I gotta turn down my own stuff. Okay, so apologize for no rain for a second. I just want to hear me. I think I'm okay. We'll try it. Hopefully the rain's not too loud. Maybe I'll turn it down a little bit more. For me, it's super loud in my headphones. But I get to control my own audio, so that doesn't even affect y'all. That's another hard that part. It's like I listen to my stuff and it's like I like it, but then I realize my audio is like very personalized to me. Like I have my desktop on 50 all the time, and then I have my headphones like turned whichever way I want. So I have a lot of volume going on. But we're gonna start with words of affirmation to get us started. We're gonna do like a little bit of that, and then we'll go from there. If you hear snoring in the background, that is my dog, and she's a snorer, but I feel like that fits the environment, so I hope that helps you guys. She's a big pit bull who has always snored since I've got her. I'm sure she'll wake up and try to lick my elbow like she normally does. Okay, so we're gonna start. If you guys want to say it as well in your head to help out your day, but you are whole, you are loved, you are exactly where you should be. So don't feel like you're failing at life, because sometimes you have to be in hard places to get to where you need to be. I'm going to move the mic a little bit closer. You are learning valuable lessons, and you are choosing to keep moving forward. Success is different for everyone, and I believe that one day you will be super happy because you work hard. You are learning to give yourself the care and attention you deserve, so make sure to forgive yourself. You are a good person. You are patient and kind with yourself. And you choose to forgive yourself and let go of your mistakes. Adam, you do work really hard. You work really, really hard. And you deserve everything good coming to you. You should let yourself imagine the future you deserve and see the many options you have and all the control you have to make your dreams come true, because I believe in you and you should believe in you. Hope work's going well for you, Adam. Next we're going to do, hold on one second. We're going to do 2 minutes of, oh, okay. Adam, you're a good boy. You are perfect in your relationships. You work very hard at work, and you try to take care of everyone around you. You're a very, very good boy. You're my good boy. And I hope that helps you get through your day. Would you like more praise? Because I have some more praise if you need it. You're such a good boy. Can you breathe for me, my good boy? Try to calm yourself. Okay. Can't handle anymore. You're welcome. Thank you for redeeming that. You have a ton of points, so you can get basically anything you want. We're gonna do 2 minutes of no talking unless somebody tries to get a trigger choice. And we're going to do the page writing. So you're gonna hear some scratching, and I hope that helps. Back to work. Have a great time. You too. I hope you have a good day. Okay. Okay. So when I do these triggers, I think I should turn down the rain sound because I think the rain kind of takes over a little bit. So let me know if you think maybe it's too small or too quiet. But next, we're going to do page turning for 2 minutes. I'm going to start the timer. And if you're just now coming in, we're doing page turning for 2 minutes, but please let me know if the audio is a little funky, like if you prefer the rain sound a little louder, or if you think maybe I'm being too loud. This is my first day trying to do ASM art, and I'm trying my hardest. So welcome in. Thank you for coming. I'm going to give you a little bit longer because I talked for a second. Okay. So the next trigger is makeup brushes and ear brushing. So I am going to turn the rain sound a little bit higher because I feel like this one's a little bit easier to hear, but please let me know if for some reason you can't hear it. I didn't really know what it was called for like mascara brushes on the mic, so I hope you guys enjoy this. I liked it when I tested it out, but we're gonna start the timer now. Maybe the rain sounds a little bit too loud. Okay. So hopefully that sounded good. Hope you guys enjoyed it. The next one is going to be my hairbrush. We're going to do some hair brushing. So if you want to close your eyes and pretend that it's you that's getting a hairbrush, just breathe in, breathe out, and here we go. Okay. I hope that felt nice. You have beautiful hair. So the next is I'm going to count. I'm going to count for you so you can relax. Alright, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good. For those that's now just joining in, I'm going down my ASMR triggers, but if you have a specific one, you can see it in my panels, and you get to choose whichever one you want. It's my first day trying to do ASMR, so please don't be scared to let me know if I'm too loud, too quiet, or if one of the triggers doesn't seem to be coming through correctly. I did test all the triggers to make sure they sounded good, but that doesn't mean that it's perfect. They were good for me yesterday, and you know how computers are and mics, so they could be a little quiet today, and I would like to know that. A little bit too quiet, you know. So what we're going to do next is we're going to type for about 2 minutes. You're going to get typing nonstop, and then we'll do mouse clicking right after that, unless we get any redeems. Okay. Timer is starting now. You are a touch quiet. I usually don't have the volume this high, but it's completely good for now. Hello. Okay. So I'm quiet. I can try to turn me up a little bit. Hold on. Does that sound a little better? Maybe, hold on. Does that sound too high? A little bit too loud? Or is it good there? Thank you for telling me that. I've been adjusting a bit high. Okay. How about right there? Is that good? Is that alright? Learning how to kind of like whisper but like loud enough is really a skill. Thank you so much. Also, how do you say your name? Is it Echoden or Ecoden? But thank you very much for telling me that, and thank you for coming. I'm actually going to start the timer over for the typing because I talk so much. So, Echoden? Oh, what a nice name. Is it based off of the Greek echo, or is it just like a fun name? Is my typing too loud now? Please let me know if it gets a little too loud. Also, don't feel like you need to type in the chat if you want to just relax. I will be here for a while, so. I used to go by repeating Echo, so I have been known to people online as Echo for years. I was planning on starting to stream a while back and wanted something a bit shorter. I love Norse mythology, so Echo and Odin. Nice. Okay. Norse. Okay. That's cool. What do you stream? Feel free to like kind of shout yourself out. Do you stream, or what do you want to stream if you haven't started streaming? What's like your hopes? Are you gonna play games? Are you gonna do some ASMR? Are you gonna be a just chatter? Maybe read Norse mythology? That'd be kind of fun. Well, I'm gonna start the next timer. This is just for clicking, like mouse clicking. So I know some people don't really like the whole typing and the mouse clicking, but I actually really like it, so that's why I included it. In my normal streams, I don't really hide my typing because of how much I enjoy the sound of it. I know it drives some people crazy though. Typing and clicking is nice. I agree. Oh no, I don't really stream at the moment. That was a while ago, but life happened. But it would be games. I just need to update my rig and get some other stuff sorted before I really get into anything. Like rig as in, are you a vtuber? Or do you mean like your computer and your like equipment? Oh, I'm sorry that life happened and you didn't get to stream anymore. I had to stop streaming because I went back to school and I got my degree and I just could not fit it in along with everything else because honestly, working full time, going to school, and then trying to come home with all the energy to stream is really hard. So I commend the people that do it. But I finished school, so now I'm back to streaming. I hope you start streaming again. What type of games do you like, if you want to talk about it? Thank you. It's for game development. I got a game art and design degree. I want to make games for stream and like have stuff come up on the stream, which would be really cool. I don't know how to do that yet though. Thank you. Feel free to like talk about whatever you want to. You don't have to give me information even if I ask for it. But also like I'm not really I don't have a problem with oversharing. If you want to have a spot just to talk, that's okay. Like you can overshare whatever. It stays here. I'm not yeah, don't worry about it. But also, like, don't feel obligated as well. I know sometimes when you're talking to people and they ask questions, you're like, oh, well, now I have to answer that. And I'm like, kind of shy about the answer, but I really hope you get to stream again if you want to stream again. I'll support you. Well, if you come back and you tell me, I'll support you. Alright, so next I will be doing 2 minutes of scratching. So we'll be scratching on different surfaces with my nails. If anyone in the chat, especially anyone that just came in, if you don't like a trigger, let me know. We can move on faster than 2 minutes. But that's what's next on the to-do. I play a bit of everything. MMO, survival, MOBAs, battle royales. Do you play RuneScape? I love RuneScape. That's kind of my MMO. That is what testing is for. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I apologize. I'm gonna start the timer now. People like triggers. Sorry, I'm typing kind of slow. Oh, yeah. Like I said about like the typing and the mouse clicking, I kind of just put stuff on that I knew I could do and that I liked to do. Like I was listening to this and I loved it, so. Doing the stuff you like personally makes your stream uniquely yours. Yeah, I agree. I watched a few ASMR VTubers to see what they did. Some of them I literally cannot do with my equipment. But like maybe one day. Like are you an ASMR person? Like do you listen to a lot of it? Because like some of them do that thing where it goes into different headsets. So like your left and your right ear. I can't do that yet. Maybe if I like save up a little bit, I can get another mic. I thought that was really cool. Other things I just don't understand exactly how they do. Like, I think it's like ear cleaning or something, where it kind of like swaps. Like, the noise is kind of like schwap, you know? But it's like an item doing it. I don't know. There's not really a good place to figure out what all this means. Like, I googled some triggers and there's like beginner's guides of like how to get started, but it's like very basic, like just tap stuff. There's not like I couldn't find one where it was like this is what this term means and this is what this term means. So like cupping, I was unsure exactly what that meant, but because it's like also you watch these ASMR people and sometimes they don't get to that trigger, so you're just like, oh, what is cupping? And then they never do it in that stream, and you only have so much hours to like research. So Ear cleaning is nice. It depends on your mic setup and the tools you use. Yeah, I learned that. Is that what the little like schwa thing is? I don't know how they do that. Like, what tool are they using? I could not find anyone doing it like in real life. But the next thing we're gonna do is tapping. We're gonna tap on things, kind of like the scratching, where I'm just gonna switch items. Ear cupping is really dependent on the mic. I think the best mic for that is the 3DO. I have been seeing that term, that 3DO thing. I've been seeing that everywhere. So I need to remember this. Maybe I can save up and try to get one. I saw some mics that were like literal ears, and I thought that was really cool. So maybe one day on our journey of like becoming an ASMR artist. The ear thing is cool because they could like lotion. It is a microphone with, yeah. Oh, okay, so that's a 3DO thing. Yeah, they could lotion the ears, and I thought that was pretty neat. I would really like to do that. It's also kind of freaky though. Imagine going to someone's house and they have silicone ears and you don't know about the ASMR world. You're like, what? It'd be kind of hilarious, low-key. Oh, thank you for the follow. I hope the alert isn't too loud. If you want to be addressed by name, please say hello in the chat. If not, then you're just free to chill out. But we're gonna do tapping for 2 minutes. Oh, thank you. Hello, Surya Katana. Is that how you say your name? And thank you for following to Echoden. Welcome in. If you're curious about the trigger menu, it's below. Oh, sweet. Thank you. It's below in the panels. I'm unsure why I'm getting alerts at the moment because nothing popped up. But anyways, it's down there in the panels. It's also next to my head, but I know I kind of block it sometimes. We're gonna do 2 minutes of tapping starting now after I itch my eyeball. Sorry, my signal was bad earlier. That's okay. Never be sorry for that. It's not your fault. I feel like technology has gotten worse through my time on Earth. I've been thinking about going back to flip phones. I used to love flip phones when I was younger. I kind of started hating my smartphone recently. It's too big for my hand. If you guys have any recommendations of how to make the triggers a little bit better, let me know. Like, maybe you have an item that you really like. If I disappear at points I am at work, so every now I actually have to do something. I have finished everything I need to do today, and I am 2 hours in. That's okay. I hope work's going good. If you want to talk about what you do, you can. What type of mic are you using? A Mano. It's very like good for background noise, like gain stuff. So like honestly, a lot of the issues is how I have it set up. But I mean, if you know better, like I said, I'm starting out, so it's like it's one of those things where you just have to do it and then upgrade. So I'll write down all the recommendations. But it's spelled Mano. I really like the mic, to be honest. I haven't had an issue with it. It's kind of hot in my room. Next, we're going to do scissors, like snipping and stuff. I'm gonna use actual scissors. I know that there's 2 different types of scissor triggers where it's like mouth snipping. I sadly cannot do that with my mouth. I don't know how. But I do have some very nice sounding scissors. So we're gonna do 1 minute of scissor noises and then 1 minute of cutting, like cutting paper. It is a very professional mic. My Mano, is that the one you're talking about? Yeah, Mano. Because like I said, a lot of the issues is probably just how I have everything balanced, since I can't be a viewer and I have to test so janky. I don't know if you guys know how testing streams are. Echoedin probably does. Sometimes it's just so hard to test because you have to start a stream. So I hope the paper cutting was good today. The one I tested, I used a thinner piece of paper, so that might have been a little too thick. I really like the scissors, like getting closer and then further away. Like, I was thinking about doing haircut role play. I think that would be kind of cool one day. So the next thing that I have on my menu is called Monster Play, and this one's kind of goofy, but I have this fun little monster toy who is like supposed to be very sensory. So he has beads in his hands and he has like crinkly ears, and I'm just gonna consider those two things the same into Monster Play, quote unquote, because we're just gonna play with the toy and you're gonna hear those noises. They're very nice in my opinion. It can be annoying. Best thing I have found is hop into a Discord call or something with a friend and you can try to, yeah, that's smart. I didn't even think about that. If I'm being honest though, with the ASMR stuff, I was so nervous. like I said, I was like looking stuff up and I was watching videos, but I was really scared to reach out to people because I don't actually know anyone that watches or does this other than me that I'm comfortable with calling. So maybe when I'm a little bit more comfortable, because then they have to hear me. But also, this is my first stream of it, so I feel like that should get me out of my shyness a little bit, since like y'all are hearing me do it and it's fine. So bravery comes with time. I'm not always brave, you know. I try my best though. That's fair, but you will also build a community that will be more than happy to help too. I appreciate hearing that. I get worried that if things aren't perfect, no one will stick around. So having you here is really nice. So thank you again. I know I say thank you a lot. But I always worry that with that stuff. I do reading on Tuesdays normally, and it's just like if you misread or you say the wrong syllable, sometimes people like leave. So I didn't know if it was like that with ASMR, where it's like, oh, you don't have it together. So but my big philosophy is you gotta start and then get it perfect through time. So let me know if the crinkling is too loud. I have the mic a little closer to me than when I tested it, but I'm gonna start the timer now. I am like that too. It's one of the reasons I haven't started streaming. If it is not perfect, then it sucks. But hey, you are streaming. You are doing better than me. Well, I highly recommend you start streaming if you get the time to. Because everyone's first streams are low quality, but you can like find good people. Like for the video game part of my streams, I think I have one or two really good people that I met when I didn't have anything. Even before I had a good VTuber, I used to use a like a dog or a bear. It's like a little free VTuber. And I just recommend starting. And like I said, if you tell me that you started, I'll try to pop up and I'll try to support. I really like when people do things that they like to do. I hate work. Just to give you guys a little bit of my personality, I hate capitalist stuff, like having to work stuff you don't like. I don't know your job, maybe you love it, but I feel so bad for especially like creative people that have to work retail. It's so draining, and then you get home and you can't do your creative work. I've been there. I've had so many jobs. I worked in a kitchen. That was my least favorite job. I hate restaurant stuff. Like, I will always commend and like praise people that work as waiters and waitresses because I know how hard it is. Or like retail, I know how hard that is. Like it's so draining, and then most of the time your boss is not actually that good. But I'm just ranting. Maybe I'm being too negative. I'm one of those people, it's like you work too hard and then the boss expects you to work hard every single time, and then if you slack or you act like anyone else at work, it's like a problem because they expect you to be as good as you were before. Also, if you're into stuffed animals, I highly recommend that stuffed animal. It's weighted, it has little hand pockets, so it might sound juvenile, but I like it. And hey, it came in handy here, so now I might read a fairy tale unless somebody wants something specific. We might go through the premium triggers a little bit to get a taste of them, but I'm gonna read first. We're gonna go to oh my god, yeah, my boss has been driving me up the wall. He's a grown man and I'm having to hold his hand on everything. It's always like that. It's kind of like, how do they figure out who to promote? It's usually who sucks up the most or like kisses butt the most, and usually that's not the best workers. The best workers do their job, and like you said, you were done in 2 hours, right? That's usually the best workers. And I kind of hate that whole like, if you have time to lean, you have time to clean mentality, where it's like you have to keep busy all the time. Because if the work's done, the work's done. And like, you paid me for that. So why would I be slow on purpose? Like, you should get praised for working fast and like good. And most of those people that work good and are done in a good amount of time, they don't get promoted. Like, I don't know. I got a promotion, worked my butt off, and he was shut me down over and over. So now I do the minimum and then watch. Hey, I support that. I support that so hard. When I worked at, I don't know if I can say the place, but they sell games, so I feel like it's pretty obvious. When I worked there, there was a time where it was like, I was literally doing everything, and I think I like wasn't good at one thing, right? And that was honestly, I didn't count very well at the end, because you know how you have to close, whatever. But I sucked at counting, so I would have to call and ask some questions at the beginning, and that was the only thing I slacked on. And it just got so much of like I was doing everything that I had to like step back. And then once I started stepping back, they started threatening me with demotions and stuff. And it's like, I'm doing what y'all do. Like, if I'm not gonna become a store manager and I'm just gonna be a shift manager, then why would I work harder than the other shift managers? Like, you made it very clear. Yeah, that place that you stopped to get games. Yeah, facts. I hate that place. Working wise, we need places like that sell games because it gives a community to gamers. But the management there and the people that run it, they have no place to be there. And that's like the difference too. You'll meet the people that's working there that are shift managers or like just normal workers and they love games, and then you'll meet the district manager or the store manager and they've never played a game in their life. It's like, why are you here? You can't even talk to me. We're gonna read The Bundle of Sticks because I like the title and it's really short. This is a Aesop Fables story. The Bundle of Sticks. A certain father had a family of sons who were forever quarreling among themselves. No words he could say did the least good, so he cast about in his mind for some very striking example that should make them see that discord would lead them to misfortune. One day, when the quarreling had been much more violent than usual, and each of the sons was moping in a surly manner, he asked one of them to bring him a bundle of sticks. Then, handing the bundle to each of his sons in turn, he told them to try to break it. But although each one tried his best, none was able to do so. The father then untied the bundle and gave the sticks to his son to break one by one. This they did very easily. "My sons," said the father, "do you not see how certain it is that if you agree with each other and help each other, it will be impossible for your enemies to injure you? But if you are divided among yourselves, you will be no stronger than a single stick in that bundle. In unity is strength," is the message there. I'm gonna include that into my Aesop readings one day. We've read a few of these on the channel before. So, the next thing, hello, Deva, floor is shiny. I like your name. Is that how you pronounce the first part? Is it Deva or Diva? Oh yeah, I'm working for a landscaping company. I run the entire system, organize the team, and deal with all the crap from clients. It amazes me that some people have no idea what to do with computers. Yeah. Are you a millennial? I'm kind of a zillennial, I guess. Second one. So, Diva, I apologize. Now I forgot which one I said second. Welcome in, though. Is it like... No, other. Deva. Okay. I apologize. Thank you for coming in. How's your day? Are you doing good? I hope. No, it's a Tuesday. Tuesdays are weird because it's like Mondays suck. And then Wednesdays are that tired day. But I've always liked Tuesdays. Bad, but better. Aw, you want to talk about it? It's okay if you don't. If you need some affirmations, I'll give you a free request and I can do some affirmations for you. My boss is a perv. Oh no. I understand. I've had to deal with that too. Come and help me. I cannot. I'm in space right now. I'm in the nebulas, so I want to get there in time. I hope it gets better though. Take me there too. I can try. I can give you a free trigger request if you want. I have a menu down in my panels, or if you can see it on screen. I know on phones it's kind of small. I can try to relax you. Whatever, thanks for asking. Well, I really am sorry that you have to deal with that. I'll tell another story about stuff that I've had to deal with, and maybe it can make you feel like you're understood. When I worked at the game store, I was just talking about my store manager used to use the opportunity of hiring for people to basically get in romantic relationships with, but like it was a poly situation, but he would promise like promotions and stuff. And he hired me, or he moved me over to his store, I think, to test me out, to see if I would do that too. And when I didn't seem like I would be interested, because he didn't just straight up ask, obviously, he like watched you, you know, tested what you would allow, test what like he could say to you, type of thing. And I don't know what I did to make him think that I wouldn't, but he got so mad at me, and it like caused this whole thing where the store, like I was a really, like I was saying, I was a really good worker, and I'm not just like saying that because I'm me, but I did my job, you know. I came in and I did above and beyond stuff, but it got to a point where he like set the other men against me. Thank you for following, Deva. But the other, because you know that store, it's a lot of boys. He told the boys that I was trying to get him fired, which this was before, because he did get reported, but not by me. It was by a different girl, and I just like helped, you know. But he set all the boys against me, where the boys would text me, because it was one of those jobs where we were family, quote unquote. So we all had like our texts or our numbers. And they texted me being like, everything was good before you came, and I don't know why you're ruining it. I had a whole breakdown at a Comic-Con because they were texting me that, and I didn't know what was happening. It sucks. I'm on the border of the millennial and Gen Z. Depends on the chart I look like. Oh, yeah. I was born in 95, so I'm a Z-lineal or whatever. I kind of put myself more in millennial, but then I meet older millennials and I forget that they're very close to, have you guys met a lot of Gen X's or whatever? Yeah, the older millennials kind of are like that, which aren't all bad, but you can tell the difference between later millennial and old, or like younger. Excuse me, sorry. I got fired from my last job because I dropped olive onto customer, like olive oil. Did you work at a restaurant? Restaurants are so hard to work at. You were expected to be perfect all the time. Like, you can't make a mistake, because if you do, you don't get a tip. Or a customer complains, or maybe you're just like too cautious or not cautious enough. Definitely can be a boys' club when gamer girls are around. Boys forget how to function like reasonable people. Yeah, well, the thing is with these people is they were normal. Like, one of the guys had cancer, and we were really close. Like, I was always celebrating him. But that's another thing with work, right? You can uplift everyone else around you, and then they can turn on you so fast because they see you as like temporary in their life. I don't even know how to explain that part. But I felt like we were close, and we talked, and we worked together all the time. And then, I don't know, humans are so complicated because he felt like this place he went to get away from his sickness was getting threatened, but it wasn't my fault, so he didn't really like think rationally on that. I was born in 97. It's a weird time. Before smartphones, but still a lot more advanced than yeah. That was a very weird time. I got to watch all of the phones slowly like evolve. Olive and oil both at the same time. It was something like a jar. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you like a waiter or something? Or do you work at a supermarket? I'm getting sleepy. I hope your job treats you better. Both of you. And I hope it's almost time to go home for you guys. It's almost 1 for me. I'm in Eastern time. So, depending on your job, maybe it's almost time. I always preferred morning shifts. I always liked opening. That is dumb. A mistake like that is fireable. Yeah, well, why did you get fired? Now I'm working hourly. I was at a restaurant before. Maybe that's good though. I will say, if I never worked at the creepy game store, I would have never met my adopted dad. And I wouldn't have been able to work in the art industry like I have so far. So, and I would have never went to school. So you never know. Like, sometimes the biggest misfortunes can lead to like the biggest blessings. And my life is so much better with him in it. So, you still have 6 hours? Oh my god. How long? Oh, you said 2 hours, so are you working like 8 hours or 10 hours? How long ago did you say the 2 hour thing? We talked about that. Most bosses are bastards. Most of them. Especially nowadays. I feel so bad for the younger people. When I went back to school, I was an older student, and seeing what Gen Z kind of has to deal with, or whatever the generation is after them, seeing what they have to deal with, this toxic environment, is really crazy. It's always been toxic, capitalism. But yeah, mind changes. My working is about the customer. That's good though, right? If you get good customers. That was the best part of the game store, was the customers. I had this Asian lady who I loved when she came in, even though I'm pretty sure she was scamming people. Because she would buy the most gift cards you could buy at the time. And I remember talking to her, I'll be like, hey, you're not getting scammed, are you? And she'll be like, no, I'm not. But, you know, you can only do so much for people. And policy, my manager wanted us to sell as much as possible. So policy was like, you could buy this many, and she did. And she was just so nice, though. Even though, like I said, I'm pretty sure she was a big scammer. The craziest people that I experienced was the people that would bring their phones in to trade. That was always a mess. Like, always. I hated taking phone trades. It was easy, but those people would be like so mean. And like, you didn't get to choose how much you gave them. Like, the machine told you. I don't know. They didn't understand that. They would get so mad at me. It's like, I understand, but it's like, sadly, I am just here. My new boss is better. She is kind. Good. Go woman boss. We love women bosses. We love some men bosses. Depends on the man. So I think we will do some more triggers. We might do some more hair brushing. I'm working on a only for women place. Oh, okay, good. Wait, if she was kind, why do you want to get rid of her? And how is she a perv? You don't have to answer that. I'm just asking. I'm sorry you have to deal with any of that. But we're gonna keep talking, but I'm gonna do some brushing. I have two bosses. Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna start the timer. It's too low. I'm working on trying to make it a little bit louder. Is that better? Does that sound better? Once I'm done today, I'll make sure to watch the stream and I'll try to adjust things. Let me see if I can turn up my gain a little bit. See if you guys can hear a little bit better. Is that better? Do you think? My dog is shaking. I can make life 100 times easier for my coworkers if my boss would just let me do what I need to do. He has done things his own way for 20 years, the wrong way. And now we have the tools to fix it. Dog shaking ASMR trigger. Sadly, I can't ask him to shake. So that's just a bonus in the background. Just kind of like the snoring. It's just a bonus. Now we have the tools to fix it. But he just keeps blocking me. I just don't understand. Ugh, I hate that. Is he like, is he a Gen Xer? I hate when older people do that. It's mainly because of corporate mindset. I feel like they feel like they have to fill in time, so they do it like that. It's really annoying. Why did you decide to do ASMR? I don't mind you asking that. So I tested it a little bit with, I read on the channel a lot. So if you love books, I read a lot. Right now we're going through Animal Farm. And I like when things have calm time or sensory time. So I started doing this thing with Neopets where it was very like sensory friendly and soft, you know? And then it just kind of evolved. And I started watching people do it, and I thought it looked a lot better than I was told it was, you know? Because we all have like this image in our head what it is. I'm sorry for the ad break. Oh wait. I can snooze it. Hold on. I snoozed it for now, so ignore that. But we all have what we think ASMR is in our head, and like people make fun of it, whatever. But I started watching it, and I was like, this is like really cool, and I want to get good at this because I would like to make people relaxed, and I like to make people chill and calm, and I really like affirmations when I like affirming people because especially nowadays with everything that's going on, it's really hard to like believe in yourself, but like I believe in you. So I hope that answer makes sense. that's the version, you know. Chill time is cozy time. Yeah. I love cozy time. They think they always know the best. Yes, especially the older bosses. Also, welcome in. Let me see if I can figure out how to say your name. Mortal. Idiot. Mortal. I'll just call you Mortal. All understood, but some ASMRs are disgusting, I think. Yeah. But that can be true with, like, any type of thing, I guess. What's your least amortal idiot? his closest. Oh. Is it okay if I just call you Mortal or A Mortal? What's your guys' least favorite ASMRs? Like, which ones do you find kind of gross? I watched one yesterday, and it's not like gross, but it was overwhelming. She like the video started. I was trying to figure out a term. I don't remember which term. Mouth popping. I was trying to figure out what mouth popping was, and she was like, she started so quick, and it was just everywhere. Her hands were everywhere, and like I understand why that might work on somebody, but for me, I was so like overwhelmed. Like it just kind of scared me. Here for the lol ASMR. Hi Silver. Oh, you get a free dog shake again. Hi Silver. I hope you're doing good. If you guys don't know, Silver is a Lego king. He's amazing. Eating probably the grossest for me. Eating, I think. Okay. See, this is nice to know. I have a trigger option for chewing gum. I didn't know how people felt about that, so I didn't do it. You know, Echo Din's been here the whole time I've been going through my menu. I did not do the chewing gum one because I don't know. I feel like that's very like personal, you know. Like somebody has to choose that one. Just like the kissing, I feel like somebody has to pick that, and I shouldn't just offer it as a sample because it's like kind of weird for some people. Everyone has their triggers. That is why finding an ASMR artist is hard. But I don't know if it's because I hate the sound of eating or because I have only listened to people who just eat and say it's ASMR. Yeah, Lego. Sorry, hold on. I had to yawn. Maybe me doing ASMR is making me sleepy. Which is kind of funny. But yeah, so Silver does, like, he's a Lego master. He makes all the Legos. He talks about, like, all the releases. Even his emotes are Legos. I made some of the variants of his emotes. I highly recommend him. He's chill, too. He's not an ASMR person, but he's, like, super chill. He's kind of late night. Kissing could be okay. Yeah, kissing's cool. But I know it's like the lip smacking, you know, same kind of ideal. I like certain types of eating ASMR, but so far it's been entirely when it's specifically someone eating. In the same way one might tap specifically. Oh yeah. Like, they're extra smacking their lips, you know? Like, it's extra wet. Is that what you mean? I think with my bubblegum chewing, I'll probably just, like, if somebody asks for that, I'll just have it in my mouth while we do other things. And it'll be, like, kind of a background ASMR thing. Right back at you, my lady. I think ASMR hits every brain differently. For me, I just like listening to someone speak. The popping and mic scratching is off to me. Those ear mic things, still figuring out how I feel about them. I got new hair, so I got new emotes. Ooh. Oh, nice. We gotta make some new variants for Halloween and stuff. I've seen your new hair. I have not seen the new emotes though. I've seen your pictures on. Well, I've stopped by your streams like a few times. I don't talk very much when it's late night. Everyone streams at like 9 p.m. my time or like later, and I'm like out of it by then. We talked about the ear mics earlier, me and Echoed in, and I kind of want them because I kind of like the lotion. Like, people lotion them. It's kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I like it for the sound, but it probably feels kind of neat. Some people might love. I find the intentionality of a person's intention to be calming is what does it for me. But I also enjoy unintentional ASMR when people are passionate about a subject, like Bob Ross stuff. That's how my Neopets and my reading videos are. It's more so like I really like stories and I really like reading to people. And I love Neopets. Like, I love it so much. My Neopets is a Nuzlocke. So I'm trying to play it kind of like a kid would. Where, like, ooh, I need to turn. I apologize for that alert. I don't know if it's loud for y'all. Also, I don't know if that's gonna work. My mix it up, for some reason, has not been working. But, hold on. 1 second. I'll refund you that. But, Neopets. I've been trying to play it like a kid would play it. Like I used to play it as an 8-year-old or whatever. And, it's been a lot of fun, but you can see a lot of the way things have changed. Why is so, like, I have it. Let me see if I can force it. I have it as a mix it up thing. I don't know if you know that app, but for some reason my mix it up has been broken. But I should be able to get it. I should be able to force it. Headpad. Let's see if that works. Test. No? Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it manually. I apologize. I need to fix this stuff. Oh no. Yeah, sorry. That's totally my bad. It worked for a long time and then it just, oops, that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. Oop. I flew off. There you go. Uh-oh. Okay. I'll just let it pet me for a minute. What broke? I got a phone call. So, oop, I'm down here now. What? Hold on 1 second, guys. Sorry. Okay, I'm good. So I have these point redemptions. And I have one where, like, you can put a mustache on me or you can, like, head pat me. And for some reason, my mix-it-up is just not working. I think I might have to reconnect it or something. Because I have VTube Studio correct. I know that. Like, I have my scenes right. I'll fix it. I think Kalala is postponing them. I was, but we just got an ad. So you should have got another ad. Oh. I'm not taking any ads. Do you have ad blocker? Sorry, I'm enjoying the head pets. Sometimes ad blocker can make things go away. Oh, thank you so much for the subscription echoed in. That means a lot. That means like a ton, actually. Oh my gosh, hold on. Why does my main alerts go off? I have so I have a few things I need to fix after stream. So, thank you for the gifted subscription. 2 things. You get a premium trigger, or you can pick whatever. You can either pick a normal trigger for 5 minutes or a premium trigger for 2. But secondly, sorry if you can hear my main alerts. I have ASMR alerts, and then I have my normal alerts, and I don't know if y'all can hear them, but I can. And it's like kind of ruining the vibe. I tried to mute it so maybe you guys didn't hear it, the loud one. I don't know why that's happening. I'll have to figure that out. Twitch will delay disable if increased chat, viewer, follower activity. Oh. I'm not sure if it affects revenue, but I rarely get ads when watching a new streamer. Oh. Yeah. I mean, if it does. If it does affect revenue, it's fine. You fixed it faster than I could type. Oh, the muting. Yeah, I don't want you guys getting blasted by my normal alerts. My normal alerts are like Fetty Wap and Kendrick. That's not very fun for ASMR. My ASMR alerts are like fun because there's one that's like a cat purr. I really like, or I enjoy it. Did you guys hear that one? I don't know. I didn't know which one it came through either, so I just muted my mic and my audio. Just in case. Just in case. The Fetty Wap one is like crazy. Yeah, we'll put this away. Put that down there. I think even if it does, new viewers seeing ads can sometimes ruin viewer retention, and Twitch has the data for that, so they'd strategically not show ads and stuff to benefit them. Yeah. I would much rather meet you guys than y'all get ads anyways. Sometimes I gift ads to new people, but I am poor right now. I like that alert's really loud. I need to fix that. Oh, you want the head pat back? Okay. Thank you. Gift ads. Huh? Thank you again for that. Did you want a trigger? Like, did you want a specific trigger, or are you just enjoying talking to me? Thank you, new friends, by the way. It's been very, very nice to meet you. Oh, thank you for following, Mortal. See, that alert. Y'all probably can't even hear it. I'm just gonna stop talking about it. That one's a good one. It's like just chatting and more fun. Chatting is fun, yeah, it is. My dog's sleeping in the background. Can you hear him? He's dreaming. Momo. Momo, wake up. My cat woke up. Momo is not a cat. He's a dog. And then the cat next to him woke up and meowed. We could do some nail tapping. Yeah, okay. Will do, boss. Echo didn't shy. I don't know, sorry if I said he and you're not a he. What pronouns would you like? They have been talking to me the whole time, which has been very, very nice. I am a he. Okay, he has been talking to me the whole time. Alright. Did you guys go to school? Like college? It's okay if you didn't. I'm just asking, trying to get to know y'all. Or trade school. Doesn't have to be college. Is there a she? I'm a she. I did for a bit. What'd you go for? If you, you don't have to share if you don't want to. What's your, like, dream job? If you could choose anything. We know. I could be a they and stuff. I kind of don't care about pronouns. Like, you can call me they, them, or she, her. Both, I think neither of them are called that here. It's not called college or university or trade school? Is it called what's it called for you? Until to high school. What do you mean, Deva? Are you still in high school? I didn't always plan to, but working and going to school sounded like hell. Yeah. No, for real. I totally understand. College is uni, trade school sounds like TAFE? Are you in the UK? Or something? That's 2 minutes of tapping, by the way. No, like, for real though, working and going to school sucks. But you're never too old, so I left after high school. Oh, okay. That's fine. You're welcome. Thank you for asking. I went to a community college when I came out of high school, and then I got an accounting degree because I knew I wanted to be indie, like art, whatever. And then I waited until I was like 24, and then I went back to school to learn how to make games. So, or maybe it was 25, I don't know. Time goes by fast, so I don't really remember when I went back. It was 25, 26, 24, one of those. What did you want to go for? I go in. What'd you go back? I got a diploma in IT and started a Bachelor of Science, but felt like a waste. Well, what do you mean? Why would it be a waste? I couldn't win at university. What do you mean? You couldn't win. I think knowledge is never a waste. That's what capitalism makes you think, that because you owe so much money. But the smarter you are, in my opinion, the higher quality of life. No jobs I would want to work, and I am just studying on my own and getting the same results. Yeah, but you never know. Maybe one day that will like really put you somewhere. You live in Australia, you say? Work for with IT and science. Do you guys have like, well, you guys have electric companies, but like, do you have, what are they called? The planners. They're kind of like architects, but not as heavy, you know? You could always become that. Engineering, either robotics or mechanical. Ooh, robotics. Engineering's so hard. You could get a job at, why am I talking about electric companies? You could get a job at an electric company with an engineering degree, easy. They need you. I want to make a robot. It's on my bucket list. I don't own anything, but uni didn't do anything for me except lab experience. I don't owe anything. Oh, you don't owe anything. I'm jealous. I owe a ton of money. I'm still debating if I'm gonna pay it back. If you live in America, the economy is in the dumps. So I went to school before that happened. I do owe stuff, but not in any meaningful capacity. I owe like 100,000. It's crazy. It's a crazy amount. Do I regret it? No. Not at all. I'm hoping something will happen where, I don't know. I'm optimistic. I wanted the knowledge more than I cared about the financial aspect. I'm poor, so what's being poor for longer but knowing how to make games, you know? I have to earn X amount before I have to pay interest. That's nice. That's a nice deal. I seriously just want to get a remote job. Why did I say it like that? Oh my gosh. Gerb. And go buy some land in the forest and put a nice prefab home on a foundation. Then just farm for a lot of my own stuff. If you build a trailer and you don't put it on a foundation, you could just pay for the land. I'm just saying, if you don't care too much about home space. Same, but I realized I can learn all the same stuff without wasting time in class. That is true. If you want to, the reason I went back so late in my life is because I wanted it to be worth it. Like, I didn't want it to be something I could learn myself, you know? And I felt like programming and stuff, I would have learned faster with other people. So that's why I chose that. But, like, illustrations I had knowledge of. I didn't want to go back for that. And then, yeah. I don't know. College is just so situational. All I am doing now is looking up the course textbook requirements and getting the books. Hey, that works. And what's that word? Is it prestigious? No. Lucrative. How lucrative is it to be a I'm blanking right now. Hold on. Oh, electrician. How lucrative is it to be an electrician in Australia? Because you could do that with your knowledge. I love tech and advancing the world, but living like that seems so relaxing. Then I could make robots and have them farm for me. That would be sweet. That would be really cool. Hey, if you build a robot and you want somebody to help program, hit me up. I'll try my best. But yeah, you could, if you want a cheap way to get land, is at least taxes are a lot cheaper that way, is you buy the land and then you don't put stuff on foundations. 100% the environment is very helpful, but I have ADHD and strict schedules suck. Yeah. A lot of people in my community understand that. I am, it's hard to explain to some people that don't know neurotypical stuff, but I'm actually autistic, and it kind of looks different for girls, but yeah, so I get it. I could do IT and it's hard to get into. How about electrician stuff? Are you not interested in that at all? I feel like you would be a good electrician with that knowledge. You can make quite a bit of money if you live around apartments. Or at least in America you can. I don't know how it is in Australia. I come to you first. Thank you. I am open to you. If I really needed to, I have connections. But right now I own a mowing business. And self-employment is a lot more chill. Yeah, I get that. I'm also self-employed. Electrician IT doesn't cross over in that way. You said, what was it? It was more than IT, right? Let me look. Science. Bachelor of Science. You don't think it would cross over at all? I need to go back to trade school. Australians. Love the laws. Just kidding. I've met so many people here that just don't go to trade school. And just do it for apartments and stuff. Welcome back. You didn't miss anything. I just looked dumb because I said IT and electrician could work, but it can't. I'm just incorrect. It's fine though. I can explain to you how it would work, but a lot of electricians is hands-on and regulations. Yeah, I know. Well, it depends. Like, my best friend's an electrician. He goes to trade school. But I've met a lot of people that haven't. I told him he needs to go though, because like that job could kill you, but regulations is correct. However, America, you know. Depending on where you live, sometimes it just, people do not care about stuff. It's like, is Australians more union based than anything? Like, I did the electronics in my car, but I would have to get a license. Apprenticeships. That's how my best friend's doing it. He's an apprentice right now. See, America, it's like, really depends on where you live. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a union person. I like unions, but it's a thing here. Some places don't. You can, if you have a degree like you do, just to give a little bit of information about where I live and stuff. If you have a degree like you do, and you wanted to get into being an electrician, there's a lot of companies that would take you under their wing and that aren't union, right? It's companies that hate the union. And they'll pay for your trade school and you'll just start being it, like, before finishing trade school. We're a lot more united federally than US is. Probably. I like being in space. that's all I'll say. America's a mess right now. You know how I feel about working though, so it's not really surprising I'm a union gal. The princesses get 10k cash and free trade school depending on the trade. What? That's way better than here. What the heck? 10k? Yeah, it is like that here too. A lot of trade companies will pay for schooling. They need people. Yeah, they definitely need people. The old people make it hard though. I feel like this stream is just me talking bad about old people, but the old people are like, oh, we need young blood in. And then young blood comes, and the young blood will be like, hey, we shouldn't do this because we could literally die. And then the old people's is like, I've been doing it this way for 5 years, how dare you? And then scare them off. Where do you live, Echoden? Do you live in America? Or do you live in, did I already ask this? I'm sorry. That's how we are trying to solve housing crisis. I do know about that in Australia. I do know about y'all's housing crisis. Because I thought that was kind of crazy. I didn't know until, I think, last summer I was watching stuff on it. 10k is crazy, though. I would love 10k. That would help out so much. It's kind of funny when you watch... This is such a random rant that I'm about to go on. If you watch other streamers, they'll, like, act like that money is nothing. And they'll, like, buy the most ridiculous stuff. And, like, there is a business part of it where, like, they can write it off, whatever. But they do this flexing thing. And then there's people like me that's like, honestly, $100 changes my life. And that's like, that's just the truth. It's just kind of crazy. The differences of Twitch, like. Well, the issue is that university was pushed so hard everywhere for so long that there was a gap in the trades. Trades are now filled with people who are 50, 60, and then new guys are 20 to 30. They tend not to mesh well, and people don't get trained properly. I'm from West Coast of Canada. Oh, okay. Canada's cool. I know America, Canada has like a thing going on, but it's not me, I promise. It's not me. But that's how it is here too. It's a lot of 50, 60-year-olds being like, and they're so outdated and like respect, and especially stuff like here, at least, I don't know about Canada, they might be a little bit better, but if you're a girl in those trades, oh man. My best friend was telling me how they have a drawer filled with adult content. Imagine being a girl and finding that drawer. Like, I would be so scared to talk to anyone because, like, do they even respect me, you know? It's crazy. It's very sexist. We hope you also act like that also in the future. I'm going to tell you that I will never ever take that for granted. Like, if I ever make 10k, I will never be like, oh, that's nothing. Like, my biggest dream on Twitch, like, for real, is one, being able to afford to live, because like I said, I'm indie, but that's like you know, that's just business wise, not just Twitch. That's like everything I do. But it's honestly building a community where I can like raid people and like make people's dreams come true. If I was as big as like Kaisanet or Queso, I would be doing that all the time. I would be like, let's go find somebody that's streaming to 2 people or 1 person and like make their day, you know? Especially, I made somebody affiliate once when I had a celebration stream. I had enough people in here, and I went over to their stream and we got them to affiliate, and I cried. I was so happy. Write it off, increase viewership, and then sometimes just their personal look. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I don't know how much you guys are on Twitch or you know about some of the people here, but there's this kid who got lucky because they met one of the big streamers, and then he started streaming, and then now he makes like a ton, and he's like 16, and he spent 10,000 on like a watch. Oh my gosh, I would never. That's I couldn't even imagine having that, you know. Oz. Wait, yeah, Canada and US relationship is a bit spicy. Yes, it is. Australia and US relationship right now is like an abusive boyfriend. Are we the abusive boyfriend? The United States? I think the USA's relationship with every country right now. Yes, it is. It's a mess. Pray for me. Well, I don't know. Hope for me. Send me all the good vibes. I'm sorry if this scares you guys off, but I'm it probably will, but I've never hidden my stuff before, especially on Twitter. I am kind of an activist in a way. So if anyone would get arrested, I might. I might. I don't go out and do anything crazy, but like I have made it very clear that I care about people, and if you guys know anything that's happening over here, some people are getting arrested for that stuff, and it's crazy, but we're stuck in paying hundreds of billions for a few nuclear subs. You're stuck doing that? Yeah, well, I'm sorry to your country. Sadly, I was just born here. Or actually, if I'm trying to roleplay, I was born in space, but I landed in America, so. And we were solo out here with New Zealand, so it's hard to break off. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. That whole, all of it is so complicated and like stupid. Waking up here is so dumb. Because like you wake up and today is way stupider than yesterday was. In the news, sometimes you really like have to try to focus on like what you're doing, you know? That and CIA could just out our politicians. Ooh, I didn't know anything about that. That feels very dramatic. Like, you know, you're probably right, but like, everything's so dramatic. Like, actually. All the time. So dramatic. But, I don't mean to talk about political stuff. Sorry. So, I'm sorry if it made anyone uncomfortable. We can keep going if you guys want to. But we don't have to. We can. If you want that, my Twitter is a lot of times filled with it. If you want to laugh, Oslore, a Pine Gap video by, I think I did a thing. Pine Gap. What does that mean? Pine Gap. Is that a person? Oops. Hold on. No. I have this weird thing with this browser. When I type YouTube, I accidentally clicked an ad when I went there the first time, and now it wants to take me to a traveling video every time instead of just taking me to YouTube. I don't want to go to a traveling video. I want to go to the home page. It's always so loud, so I have to be careful. Pine Gap. I'll save this for later viewing. I have to look for a bit. I will be around. Just have a few things to do. Okay. Do you think my command's gonna work, or is that broken too? That's crazy. Oh, there it is. It's on Boy's channel. Ah, I see it. Okay. I'll save that for... I have it up so I remember. I've been being pat for a long time. I'm gonna put the hand away. It's pretty fun and a bit of insight. I will definitely watch it after stream. I like learning that stuff. I like learning. I like learning a lot. That's why we're reading. If you want to know about what's happening in America right now, we're reading Deva. Okay, I'll bring it back. We're reading Animal Farm, and even though that's not about America originally, it definitely is what's happening at the moment. If you've never read it, it can give you some good insight about tactics, political tactics. It's on my YouTube. If you guys want to hear me read, I have a YouTube called Kalala Reads or Kalala's Library, and I have a normal YouTube that's just T Kalala, where you get to watch all the games I've played and whatnot. Honestly, if you find one, you can find all the other ones, because I have the channels thing set up. My cat is wanting attention for some reason. Do you guys want any triggers? I can do... we can do scratching or something. All or pigs. I missed something. I should read it at some point. Animal Farm? Yeah. I highly recommend. And it's short, too. We're on chapter 5. On Tuesdays, I'm usually... So, I think I'm going to do ASMR every 2 weeks. And then read the other weeks. So, normally I do Neopets. And then we read a chapter. And then we play something. Whatever, whatever game on that day. But then we'll start fitting this in here on Tuesdays. We're going to do this on Thursday as well. So if you guys don't have plans on Thursday at 11, or starting at 11, I'm going to be doing this again because it's ASMR week for me. But, yeah. I think I'm going to do some scratch triggers in the back while we talk. I might turn up the rain sound a tiny bit for y'all. Can y'all hear that? Do you read any other books? So we read a bunch of stuff, but we're finishing Animal Farm first, and then we're gonna switch to another book. If you have a book that you want me to read, I can add it to the list. Because we're like halfway through Animal Farm, so pretty close. You're interested in philosophy? I have the perfect philosophy to read on the channel. I was actually going to make a whole video on it. It's from it's a French lady. Let me look her name up real quick. Simone, but I don't remember her last name. Simone de Beauvoir? Beauvoir? I don't know how to say French last names. I highly recommend her philosophy on freedom. So I would be happy to read that on the stream. It's probably the most well done freedom philosophy I've read. We can also read really old philosophies, like the first philosophy, the I think so I am philosophy. Just because I remembered you mentioned about a weighted stuffed animal. That stuff doesn't work for me. I got myself a weighted blanket, something like 40 pounds. I would wake up to it thrown across the room. Apparently I'm just a strong sleeper. Oh man. Do you sleep with a partner? I hope you're not throwing them across the room. I don't like weighted blankets because they hurt. If you have bad bones or anything, they can hurt you long term. But I like the stuffed animal because I like stuffed animals. Fun fact about my vtuber. So real quick. Not this model, but when I get my new model, I actually have robot knees because in real life I have broken knees. Or I have like bad knees. So I incorporated that. So in the future you'll see robots here. It's pretty cool. Did you read the classics like Politica? Let me look that up. See, my problem is I suck at remembering names of things. But I remember the thing. Philosophy. What are the fundamental questions about our societies? Oh, is that just like a type? Work of political philosophy by Aristotle. We read very few of that. So I would be down to revisit that. Not at the moment. I did full on kick my ex-girlfriend out of bed once. How? That poor girl just thrown across the room. The Ender's Game series. Author sucks, but series is good. It's a very nice blend of sci-fi, strategy, and philosophy. Oh, Ender's Game. Let me look. I've heard them. Ender's Game. Orson Scott. What'd the author do? If you don't mind me asking. I've heard of this one. A lot of people love this book. But yeah, I would totally be down to read Aristotle or read any book on the channel. Now, the real thing is, I am not shy at critiquing art, alright? But if I don't like something, that does not devalue it. Like, if you like it, I just have studied storytelling a lot. So, I will critique things a little bit. Author, kind of generic old person. Aw. I'll have to look that up. See what happened. Catholic, and also questions his own religious philosophy in the books a lot. Okay, I like that. My favorite, this is random, not book, anime. My favorite anime is Full Metal Alchemist, and I think that talks about religion a lot and philosophy. So, highly recommend if you're an anime person, if you haven't watched it. I like both. There's two. There's Full Metal Alchemist from like 2004, and then there's Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. A lot of people say just read or just watch Brotherhood. I like both because I think both have really good conversations. You read this easy, like biblically cut into categories. That's awesome. Yeah, I'll definitely read. I have to look at what my stash has because I have some philosophies in my library. I think I started the original, but I fully watched Brotherhood. Yeah, a lot of people know Brotherhood the most, but like started on the OG one and then never finished the OG one. I do recommend it, even though it's a little goofy in the middle, but I think the OG one talks about Edward a lot more in depth, and then the Brotherhood talks about the universe, which both are very valuable in trying to gain knowledge. The OG one's very pessimistic. Brotherhood is very optimistic. That's another difference. So, are other people in chat into anime? I think the main reason people don't watch the original is there's a lot of filler. I could be wrong. I think that's what I remember hearing. So there isn't any filler actually in the OG one. The reason people, well, okay, it depends on your definition of filler. So if you're somebody that thinks anything that's not manga is filler, then the last half of the show is filler, technically. Because what happened was the manga was still coming out, and then the anime caught up. So they kind of had to make it up from then. But it's still really good. And then they made up too much, and then they couldn't like fix it to fit the manga, and then whatever, So the ending is completely different. The bad guy, completely a different dude. In Brotherhood, I won't spoil anything, but it's one person, and in the OG one, it's the person that looks like that person. It's very surface level, I guess. I love Full Metal. My favorite animes are Death Note, Nana, Full Metal Alchemist, Naruto. I have a tattoo of Naruto. Also, if you're somebody that hates the way I say Naruto, it is what it is. I will say as a forewarning that the first book in the Ender series is basically a prologue and is a different tone to the rest, but still very important. Okay. I don't mind that at all, to be honest. I actually prefer stuff like that. Like, if the writing style fits the story better, then I'm down. If you guys haven't watched Nana, I highly recommend it. I think my favorite book ever is East of Eden. If y'all have never read it, I won't read that one on the channel because it's too long. It's from John Steinbeck, and it's a legacy book. So what that means is that it starts one generation and then just kind of, it goes down like 3 generations. Hold on, I might have to sneeze. Thank you so much for that follow. If you want me to call your name out, say hi in the chat. If you just want to chill, you can just chill. So don't feel pressured or anything. But East of Eden, it goes the first generation, and then it goes down the line of basically like father sins. Like if, hold on one second. I say to hi in the chat. Hi, welcome in. Is it Lucille? Lucilia? Luciella. Luciella? Sorry if I'm saying that incorrect. Do you have a nickname that you prefer? But it's kind of based off the Bible, but like I'm not religious in the fact of like that much, but I do love storytelling, so Bible stuff is important with storytelling, but any religious text is really important. And East of Eden kind of follows that into the Cain and Abel story. But yeah, I recommend. It's a really good read. Very long read, but really good. So that same ex that I kicked out of bed ruined Naruto for me. It caused a huge fight in the end. I was right. That's all that matters. What happened? Did she like ruin it? How? Hopefully you kicked her. Oh, I'm so sorry. Or just, it's Lucilla. Or just Lucy. Oh, okay. Well, welcome in. I love your emote. You guys watch the same people or something? We're talking about stories right now. So like anime or books, because I read a lot on the channel. Do you read? What's everyone's favorite like story? It can be anime, it can be video game, it can be TV show, it can be whatever. The Scythe series is also impeccable. Let me add that to my list. That's a book, right? Scythe. Novel by Neil Shusterman. Okay, this one sounds really interesting. It's a 2016 young adult novel, and it's about two characters who are chosen to apprentice to a scythe, a role that neither wants. That's cool. That sounds really interesting. Books are everything. Books are everything. I love them. I love them so much. My second favorite book is Thousand Splendid Suns by Khalid Hosni. Hosni? I'm sorry if I'm saying the last name incorrectly. But there is 3 books in the series. You don't have to read all 3, but they are so good. There is Kite Runner, which is what most people know him for. There is Thousand Splendid Suns, and then there's what is it? And the Mountains Echoed. Thousand Splendid Suns follows a female protagonist. It follows multiple female protagonists. It's so insightful. It's so good. If you guys haven't heard of Kite Runner, that one follows a male protagonist, but it talks about wealth and equality a lot. So that one's really good. The female one talks about corruption or Thousand Splendid Suns talks about corruption and what it's like to be a female. And then Mountains Echo talk about generational stuff. As you can see, I love generational stuff. So, like, what it's like to grow up and then your kids and stuff. Especially culture. Like, how culture can be lost. And how hard it is to keep it up. My favorite books would be the ASOIAF books. Let me look that up. Hold on. Oh, is that the... Yes. I'm sorry for my sniffing. I don't know what happened. That's the guy who made Game of Thrones, right? Yes. Is that a part... Is that a part of Game of Thrones, or is that a different series? I've heard of this. Do you read about religions? I read religious texts to study them. So, like, my biggest goal for reading is to understand people. So, like, I like just reading things that give me insight to connect with others and understand why they might act the way they do, you know? And also, that practice... Hold on 1 second. Some dust must have came and attacked me or something. But, it started because I grew up in a really small town. And church was very important to them, but not for my family. But I wanted to be able to... Everything I say, I don't mean to be insulting at all. So I want y'all to know that. Thank you for the follow. If you want to be called out, say hi in the chat. I'm not caught up in chat at the moment, so it might take a second. But if not, you can just chill and hang out. Either way. So I'm agnostic. Sorry for the ad. I meant to snooze it and I didn't even notice it was up. But I like studying all the different religions so I can kind of like protect myself in a way. Because knowing is a strong tool. Anyways, that got very deep, I guess, of knowing me. It's set in a near utopic future, An AI rules the world fairly perfectly for humankind, but humans have a slice of control. The slice control the population, as all attempts to leave Earth have failed, and all forms of disease and death have been conquered. So the slice are there to keep a steady population. That sounds super interesting and also super sad. Don't worry, this is an ASMR stream. Well, I'm trying. Are you guys enjoying yourself? Am I doing okay? Like I said, it's my first ASMR time. If y'all want any triggers, let me know. It is Game of Thrones. Okay, I've been meaning to go through that book series. I've never watched Game of Thrones either. I'm waiting to read it because I heard it's better that way. My ex and I were watching it together. A character mentioned his identity in a previous episode, and I made a comment about it. She accused me of watching ahead without her. She had already seen it, so really, who cares if I did? She lost it at me, refused to listen. When she finally calmed down, I showed her that he did indeed reveal it. She was still mad, and we stopped watching it. I still haven't gotten back into it. Oh, that's such a shame. You should get back into it. I'm sorry you had to deal with that. You don't deserve such a petty argument. Like, I'm sorry I didn't get resolved in a better way. But I highly recommend finishing it. Skip the fillers, though. Skip the fillers. Especially if you're that far along. Because I think I know what you're talking about. Skip the rest of the fillers. And just finish. ASOIAF is the universe which Game of Thrones takes part in, but it's a lot bigger and much more. Okay. I'll definitely start reading that. I don't know when, though. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can only read so fast. Sorry, big message, that's fine. Did you read the Books of Religions? Hi. Welcome in. Sorry if I say your name wrong. Kwachi? Kwachi. Bro, so big message. I'm not sure what you're asking, Deva. I apologize. Understanding people is entirely about people and why they do what they do. Definitely worth your time. Yes. That's why I read, I like fiction. Okay, let me explain. Saying that I read fiction to understand people. Ooh. Okay, cool. We will do hairbrush stuff in just a second. Saying I like fiction is kind of funny because it's like made up, but like you can really get to know somebody's mental and like philosophies through their fictional books. And it's written by somebody else. That's the most important part. So like you're getting more experience with humans. You can call me Chi for short. Okay. Welcome in, Chi. Thank you for joining us. Do you like reading? What's your favorite, like, books and stuff? Or anything. It could be any story. If you like anime or video games. Henry's game is entirely about understanding people. I totally understand that agnostic viewpoint. I just choose to act as I think is fair to all. And hopefully whatever there will understand. If they don't deserve my devotion anyway. Calm. Yeah, okay. We can do the hairbrush. I'm not entirely sure what you're asking, Deva. I'm sorry. I've read, like, the Bible, and I've read the Torah, and, I don't remember what it's called, but I studied, like, Buddhism a little bit to understand that. I'm still kind of going through things to learn, you know. My philosophy is, like, it's honestly treat people the way I want to be treated. Like, and I actually mean that. Like, that's what I live by. Like, I try my hardest to be nice. Like, how would I want somebody to treat me in this situation, you know? Like the other day, I saw this little boy. He was like 8 years old. He didn't have any shoes or a shirt on, and it was raining. And I was like, where's his parents? Because we drove past him. So I turned back around and I was going to offer him my phone because he seemed lost. And he was lost. So I'm glad that, like, if I was 8, I would want a female representing person to find me. I want to, like, and help me. But anyways, Ender's Game is centered around a character who has committed the greatest evil anyone could possibly commit, and the view of people knowing that no matter what they do, it'll never be worse than them. Really? Well, that sounds very good to read. Very fun. I'm going to start a 2-minute timer for the hairbrush noises. I'll probably go a little quiet, so that way you can, like, hear the hairbrush. Yeah, I could talk, but I was taking a little break. Giving my voice a little break. This was kind of my nice way of taking a breather. And it's just 25 more seconds, so it's not a big deal. Probably get a drink of water after this. Okay. 2 minutes really isn't that long. Let me get a drink and then we'll keep talking. There are too many homeless kids here. That's why I don't and can't care anymore. See, that's a shame. I live in a place where it's not that normal to see kids alone. Not that young. Usually they have a bigger brother or something, like a parent with them. So, I don't know. There's some big dangers as being that little here. I don't know. I just can't not do something when it comes to stuff like that. Those are probably my favorite 2 book series. Most everything else I consume is a lot less thought-provoking. I bet it's not. Like, I bet it's actually more thought-provoking than you think it is. Because even stuff that's, like, simple, quote-unquote, it gives you a lot of experience. Not to talk in video game terms, I guess, but it gives you more experience of how others talk and tell things. So, like, even if it's a comedy that at the end of the day, maybe it doesn't mean anything, it still, like, means something, you know? Super generous tropes don't sell or fun as well. Same with cunning protagonists in fantasy settings. Have you read the Six of Crows series? I apologize for my chair sounds. My butt was stuck. I had to fix it. I know they're just kids, but our economy is bad and I can't give money to every kid I see. Oh, yeah. No, I totally agree with you. I can't help in financial ways, but so, like, you're right, because you have to take care of yourself. And you have to make sure you can stay afloat before you can help other people stay afloat. But I'm more talking about, like, lost kids, I guess. Like, seeing a kid by himself, making sure he doesn't get taken by somebody else that might have bad intentions. No, I haven't. I think I've seen that suggested a lot. You should read it, yeah. The Six of Crows series is, like, super praised. I haven't read it myself, but I bought it to read it. Like I said, I can only read so fast. I'm not a slow reader, but there's just so much to read. They're making so many kids and just leaving to streets. All kids are kids. They are all pure. True. They are all pure. But you might not be able to help them all, like, you know, get a home, but you can make sure that while you're around, they're safe. Offer a safe spot. You probably would enjoy it. It kind of, it's very similar, or it's not very similar, but it's similar to the Scythe book thing. I'm enjoying my head pets. Thank you for hanging out with me. We'll probably go for 45 more minutes, so we can keep chatting it up, or I can do some more triggers. It does not matter to me. I'm just enjoying my time here with y'all. Another thing about here is I like calling you guys starlings, so that's what, if I ever say I enjoy your time, starlings, I'm talking about that. Don't dare to pull away or I will buy again. I won't today. We can keep the patting for 45 minutes. I've read stuff in the same setting genre, so should be a shoo-in. Yeah. It's very, fantasy. Very, very fantasy. My other favorite is, let me think of another book. I've read a lot. I like They Cage the Animals at Night, talking about kids. If you guys have ever read that book, it's very sad, so trigger warning. But it's a really good one. I also enjoy Husband Stitch. If you guys have read anything newer, that one's pretty new. It's modern. That one made me cry. Not me just recommending sad ones. I really like Lord of the Rings. Like, a lot. I think the movies are actually really good. If y'all need a manga recommendation, Say I Love You is really good. Nana is really good. Ranger's Apprentice for light fantasy. Artemis Fowl for sci-fi fantasy heist. And straight fantasy would be the Summoner trilogy. Ooh, I'll add all these to my list. I've heard of Artemis Fowl. I might have read that one, to be honest, now that I think about it. But also maybe not, so I'm still including it. The Summoner trilogy. I spelled Summoner incorrectly. Those three are pretty chill reads, but definitely good. I've read the Book of Marcus. It was pretty good. I don't remember the name of it. I'm trying to think of other books I've read. I've read a lot, I promise. I'm blanking. Boy Genius plus fairy tale creatures from technologically advanced civilization. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I read Artemis Fowl when I was younger. I read stuff like The Outsiders, you know, very typical stuff like that. Those are good, obviously. They wouldn't be classics if they weren't good. Thoughts to myself, is that what the book is called? Oh. The meditations? Meditations are cool. I have some of those up right now. Northern Lights, Golden Compasses. I've read those, yeah. Those are really good. It's kind of a shame they didn't really finish that series in movie form. Did you guys read the Aragon books? Oh, I know. The Inkheart trilogy. Have you guys read those? There's a TV show. Really? I don't think I knew that. I didn't know that. I'll have to look that up. The Inkheart trilogy is really good, by the way, if you're needing a fantasy. I love the book series. The second one's my favorite one. They at least got to the second book. I'll have to look that up and watch that. Talking about TV shows. What's y'all's favorite TV show? My favorite TV show right now is From. FROM. It's on MGM. It's really, really good. I highly recommend. I want to make a video game based off of it. Not to steal the ideal, but kind of make a fan game. Battlestar Galactica, wow. You have a lot to watch. You're gonna take a bath? Okay, hope you have a relaxing bath. Light some candles for me. Enjoy. Yeah, honestly, kinda. Have you watched the OG Star Trek? Star Trek is also very good. Like I like Star Trek a lot. I've never watched Star Wars. See, my problem is when it's too sci-fi, I fall asleep. Star Trek talks about humans a lot more than Star Wars does. Like Star Wars is a lot of like pew pews, you know. And then I snooze. I just fall asleep. Battlestar Galactica, I feel like also is like more like Star Trek, where it's like talks a lot. Two shows I'm looking forward to is the second season of The Last of Us. Yes, I'm so excited for that. And the second season of On Andor. Both are coming out this month. Oh, is this month your birthday? Happy birthday. Early birthday. April birthday. Last of Us is coming out this month? That's okay. Everyone loves Star Wars. I need to give it a shot as an adult. When I was younger, I fell asleep. But now that I am older, I should give it another shot. Clone Wars is very good. If you're talking about the cartoon, I did watch all of that. I watched the entire cartoon series of Clone Wars, and I loved it. I was obsessed with it. But for some reason, when it came to the movies, the live action movies, I just could not do it. Is the chill no thought stuff I was talking about? Yeah. Well, Star Wars is important, and it has a lot of good lessons. It has really good philosophies in it. Maybe it's because it's live action. I don't know. I'm really excited for the second season of The Last of Us. So here's the real question. As a group, if y'all have watched or played The Last of Us 1, do you think Joel was wrong or right in his choice? Did you read the Ahsoka book? I did not. Is that good? Kid shows are great. They are. Clone Wars past season 3 is great. Season 1 to 3 is a kid show. Everything past that is a lot of war crimes. See, I don't know if I agree. But you're probably right. I watched it when I was like 15. So back then I probably was like, it's fine if it's kind of kid shows. I love Steven Universe. Side note. I forgot what my opinions on Joel were. I love the entire thing. Well, I've met a lot of people where I differ opinions on. A lot of people hate Joel for what he did. I, on the other hand, I think I hate him, but don't remember reasoning. See, I, on the other hand, totally agree with him. I think that it's unfair to say that he's wrong when everybody else was just not gonna give her a choice. Like, they were just gonna kill her without telling her that. So, I don't know. Could he have done it better? Yeah, probably. But they kind of didn't give a choice. I think I hate him. Oh, I read that. I'm just a big Star Wars fan. You know what? More power to you. Who's your favorite character out of all of them? Ahsoka is my favorite. She's just the best. She's a baddie. If I could be an alien in the Star Wars franchise, I would want to be that. I'm scared of season 2 if they follow the games. I won't spoil, but I want it to be so good. I'm scared of it too. So I know I've played the second game. a lot of people didn't like the choices, but I am not against the choices. I just I will be sad. But not only did he kill people, he potentially killed a lot of people via no cure. My thing is, why didn't they just ask her? And also, if you kill her and your experiment doesn't work, then you have nothing. So killing her is like, should be the last chance. And like, it doesn't make sense at all. So like, I would side against Joel if they were like, we talked to her and we asked her if it was okay if she died for the cure or whatever. But they didn't. She didn't get that choice. So they're in the wrong. And I kind of hate this whole like, she's mad at him because of it, but like, there will be more chance with her alive than there will be with her dead. You know? Ahsoka is great. She was given the best character development in Star Wars. She was kind of sad though. Kind of sad. Obi-Wan will always be my OG. A lot of people favor him. I like him in the cartoons. Should be the last option, yeah, but in the reverse, he didn't give them the choice. He just started killing. No, he said he brought her to them. Sorry if you just heard my chair. He brought her to them, and then they lied. Why didn't they just bring it up? Like, hey, to both of you, this is gonna happen. And then when he said no, that's not okay, they threatened him. They were gonna kill him. So, I don't know. I'm not a Joel apologist because we watch him. Because, like, I think not Star Wars, sorry. Last of Us Season 1 and Last of Us 1, the game, kind of talks about, like, or Last of Us 2, the game, kind of talks about this more. We favor the person we're watching, right? Attack on Titan kind of talks about this too. And I've really unpacked it. I don't favor Joel because I've watched him. I favor Joel because, in my philosophy, he was correct. But also, can we just say how perfect... Oh, he's so perfect. Pedro Pascal was for the Joel role. He was brilliant. He's so good. I'm still on the fence about Ellie's casting, but I accept it. I like her. I don't know. I like her for Ellie. I don't know if I like the actor. Like the actress herself. She kind of... I don't know. She did this commercial where it just made me feel like she was stupid, but whatever. Yep, there's also a lot more criticism on him too. Yeah, so like his past with his brother, when it comes up, yeah, that's totally valid. He definitely killed people that he shouldn't have killed for no reason. But the Ellie situation, you know, that's what comes from being the focus. Yeah. It's easy to really like, because like he was a jerk. That's the whole point of the first game, is that he was a bad character who didn't care about other people as much as he should. And then he met this little girl and everything changed or whatever. So like, to ignore his past would be to write off the story, because like, we got that information for a reason. That's just the truth. But even after that, he could have discussed or found scientists to find out more. I agree. Like I said, him killing as much as he did, could he have done it better? Yes. Could they have done it better? Yes. But Did they give him a choice after a point, you know? And then the second game, oh my gosh. When the season comes out, we can talk about it. Because I don't want to spoil nothing, but I do have some qualms with some choices. I think it's written really well, though. I mean, that is pretty much every video game main character. You can't tell me that if you get the option to kill something, you 100% do it. That's true, too. But, I'm about to say something controversial. If you go to university or a college that isn't an art school, sometimes there'll be video games as art class or whatever. I don't think Last of Us is actually that good of a game. So like, I think you can tell that they wanted to make it a TV show. Like, you could tell that the story that they wrote worked better as a TV show. Is the game good? Yes. Right? It is good. It is a good game. However, is it a brilliant game? No. The game design, actually not that good. It's a lot of cutscenes. It's a lot of exposition. I never played them. I watched gameplay, and when the event happened, and the second one, I stopped watching. Really? So you never finished the second game? Like, you watched it up to, like, 40 minutes in, and that's it? I'm more utilitarian, so it depends on the viewpoint. True. Like, you could just tell that the people that wrote that wanted to always make it into a show, you know? Fun fact, talking about books, going backwards a little bit, Last of Us would not exist without The Road. Have y'all read The Road? It's one of the first apocalyptic books that The Walking Dead is based off of, like, inspired by. Not based off of, it's inspired by. And then The Last of Us was heavily inspired by. So, if you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. It's not a zombie book, but it's an apocalyptic book, and it's brilliant. That's just, I love apocalypse stuff. Yeah, I pretty much watched 40 minutes. You're gonna have a hard time in season 2. I don't know a single game that has a perfect balance of story gameplay yet. I do. But we'll have to talk about that a different day, because I have some masterpieces in my mind. Game design wise. You know what is surprisingly a good game design? Schedule 1. Have you guys seen that gameplay? It's actually, like, very well thought out. I don't even think I know any of the spoilers to that game either. I didn't know that. Oh, the road thing? Yeah, definitely read it if you haven't. We have the apocalyptic genre in video games and in TV shows because of the road. Just like we have all fantasy games because of Lord of the Rings. But I'll have to give y'all a video game history one day. I'm very passionate about game stuff like that. Did you know that the first person to make a fantasy game was a woman? Fun fact. It's the King's Quest lady who made King's Quest. But I'm getting off topic. I'm getting to a point where I need to pee, but I will wait. Lord of the Rings is your favorite book or movie? Both are valid. Lord of the Ring is great. We literally have everything fantasy because of it. Is there some racial issues? Yes. However, we can fix that. I'm scared of reading the book. Really? Because it's long? Have somebody read it to you. Audiobook. Audiobook time. Honestly, the movies do a really good job with skimming the fat of the books. You know? Because the guy who wrote Lord of the Rings, he kind of has the same issue John Steinbeck does, where they'll just have pages of descriptions where it's like, look at this bush. This bush is this, this, and this, and it grows this time of year. I was like, all right. Thanks for that information. But I feel like the movies do a good job at adapting them. I have only watched the movies. I've started listening to the audiobook. I appreciate the movies, like, in some way. Oh, like the book, racial stuff. Like tropes. Like the orcs. There's a lot of racism in fantasy tropes where if you watched Harry Potter, the Harry Potter books, and okay, I'm sorry if you like Harry Potter, all right? It is valid to enjoy whatever. You know, but you can heavy find every problem with fantasy in Harry Potter. And that's just the truth. Because again, I apologize if I scare you away on this. I hate I hate J.K. Rowling so much for so many reasons, but you can tell the type of person she is because of how hard she went on some of those tropes. So like goblins has a bunch of problems that get written out. Orcs, a ton of problems. Trolls, and what's the other one? Elves, or whatever. Oh boy. Oh boy. Lord of the Rings, the elves are white. Most of them are blonde. Orcs are explained to be, you know, like black people essentially. And what's good about time is you can take all those tropes and you can fix them and make them better. Without having watched it recently, it feels like it has all the good and bad of fantasy, coupled with late 90s pacing. The movies, I will say, like, aren't that bad. Like, I feel like they fixed a lot of stuff in it to make it, like, where it's fantasy and not hate-based. You know, the books are more of what's, and the tropes themselves are hate-based. For Lord of the Rings, I mean. And especially if you watch The Hobbit, they fix the orc issue because they change orcs into like subcategories. Yeah. Hate JK, yeah. Terrible. I will not ever play that game. I will never watch anything new. I watched the old movies when I was a kid, and then I ended up reading the books, which I read right before she went crazy on Twitter, right? The philosophy I mentioned earlier, Simone Freedom's philosophy, that I would love to talk. Like, I want to make a video where I talk about that philosophy in Harry Potter specifically, because that philosophy talks about slavery, right? If you've never read the books of Harry Potter, she talks about slavery. And Simone talks about what oppressors do to kind of like make their way of thinking correct, you know? Like an argument of like, well, this, and this. JK does every single one. Every single point that Simone said in 1800s, JK does in those books. So, like, it's not even just the trans stuff that makes me hate her. It's literally everything. She writes true to herself. And that's one reason I don't like the whole argument that's like, you can, again, sorry if this scares y'all away. And it's okay if y'all like it. I'm not gonna judge you. I'm just saying, in my world, in my opinion, you can't separate art and artist, because the way she wrote those is, it has a lot of problems. A lot. The movies took away the whole slavery thing, which rightfully so. But the books go crazy with it, so it's crazy. Yeah, Harry Potter is the perfect example of fluff fantasy. It's like a bad version of Lord of the Rings. Especially after you really like dive into Lord of the Rings. It's like she just stole a bunch of stuff from there. And I don't mean like tropes, because like it's okay to use tropes. It's like hard to get away from in fantasy. I'm talking about like scenarios and stories. I totally disagree with separating art from artists. What do you mean? That you can separate art from artist, or you can't? I don't think you can. I think you cannot separate it. I don't think there's a single artist I know that you can separate it. But I mean more of it like, how do I put it? Like, you can always see somebody in their writing, type of thing. Like, I'm not saying you can't enjoy the art and see what you want to see, because it's interpretation, correct? But I'm saying, like, if you really read something that somebody wrote and you break it down, you can see the type of person they are. But if you get a different, like, let's talk about anime, right? One Piece. You can get amazing philosophies from One Piece. Like, it's fairly trans friendly. It talks about freedom. It talks about all this stuff, you know? However, you can tell Oda is a man. You can tell Oda is from a place that does not have gender equality. So even though you can have this thought on it where it's like, I love it because of this, you still can see those issues. Like the fact that older women in One Piece, most of the time, it's either they are over sexual or they're trolls. Like, they're drawn as a joke. You know, that's an issue. But is there good females in One Piece? Yes. There is. But you can still see that issue that Oda has. That he is sexist. But I don't know if that makes sense. Or if you guys know One Piece at all. So, I see. I guess I have always separated it more from in real life stuff. Orcs have always been orcs. Elves are elves. Humans are humans. If they make it seem more in real life issues in the books, that honestly sucks. So, like, that is a valid way of thinking about it now, for sure. But like, bringing back Harry Potter for an example, you can tell she was making digs on Jewish people when it came to the goblins. The who writes I'm sorry, Lord of the Rings. They kinda, by the definitions, like there's a little sus in there. But I think it's totally valid to now separate it as like orcs are orcs, because like it's not as common to meet people that are writing these to know. Oh, here's another example. Old cartoons. Cuphead. The Cuphead studios. They are not racist, They didn't know fully the history behind the gloves and the toony style. But the history of it is making fun of people and like a really bad reason for that style to exist. But like you can still love the style now if it's for something else, Does that make sense? The history is terrible. Those people that made it to be that is terrible. But nowadays, are you bad because you don't know that and you're not making fun of people? Because you can 100% derive an unintended meaning. Yeah. Like what I was talking about with One Piece, I apologize. If you want to talk about what you disagree on, I'm down. In order to make that comparison, you need to be aware of it, goblins being that way, until the second with a quirk of generic greed, which has been portrayed onto goblins via a person who has that ideology. I'm not sure if I'm reading it correctly, but I think I agree with you. Like, you can tell the intention is more of what I'm talking about, I guess. Like, it wasn't an accident, or was it intentional? And you can tell when something like that isn't intentional, Like, what's another fantasy that has tropes? Dungeons and Dragons. You can tell the intention is good and is not to be bad or hateful, versus Harry Potter. Does that make sense? I only realized that connection to Jews now through you is what. Oh, yeah. If you care about that stuff, look up the history. Sadly, it is. Like, I do think with time things get turned into better intentions. So, like, I don't think it means that every time a goblin is shown, but you can, like, see. You can tell. Does that make sense? You just have to pay attention to the way they write it, Like, how are they putting this information in front of you? And in what way? I could not tell the intention be beyond a generic human behavior, not a race, religious, specific behavior. Well, that's what knowledge does to you. It's kind of like that, ignorance is bliss type of saying, and I don't mean that as an insult at all. Like, you definitely enjoy things in a more wholesome way, not knowing some of this stuff. But I do think it's important to know some of this stuff. Like Six of Crows, that author is very careful with the way they put things. Or the Game of Thrones guy, he knows all those shortcomings, and I think he takes good care of knowing it, you know? Is the author separated from their art? No, of course not, but I do not share their ideology, and I don't want to. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I'm not saying if you enjoy that thing, that you are that thing, you know? Like, especially if you don't know. Because sometimes it's, you don't have the knowledge until you have the knowledge. I don't know. We're kind of ranting. Which is what I think I mean by separating art from artist. Yeah, I think we're seeing it in two different ways. I think I more mean it as art is an analysis of the artist. Well, you're saying, like, if you see a piece of art, you don't have to know the artist to, like, get your own meaning from it, which is, like, valid. Problems of language. Yeah. And that's why, like, low key, a lot of arguments kind of unwrap themselves as well, because, like, that little debate we just had, we're seeing it in a different way, philosophy wise, right? So, like, technically, we're not really debating each other because it's like we're talking about two different things, but, like, knowing your way of thinking is, it's cool. Art is itself, and we can analyze it in our own way. I do think knowing background knowledge of some stuff is, it can make art kind of deeper. I've studied a lot of art, classical art, and up till modern times, and I do think that it's made me more appreciative of certain artworks, like knowing the background behind it. Like one painting, The Birth of Venus. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's one of the Renaissance paintings. It's very like really early on, very soft, very pretty, very cute. There's another version of it in I forget which age it is, but the way they drew it was to make fun of the way females are presented and like kind of give more power to the female in the painting. It made people so mad they tried to burn it. If I would just look at those two paintings side by side, I would not know that if I didn't study it, you know? I mean, I typed a few things and realized it wouldn't make sense or would come off wrong. That's okay. Maybe one day we can, like, chat. I think you can give it background knowledge, too. Like, some of my artwork, I feel like knowing me makes it deeper. I just type as much as possible to explain it. That's good. By the way, do you guys have a favorite ASMR artist that might be live right now? Because we are about to end. But a few things before we go. One, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for becoming, I don't know, friends. It's really nice to talk to people about things. I hope I didn't say anything that came off incorrectly. I tried my best to articulate what I mean, but we just talked about how sometimes it's hard to like really make your point. But yeah, I hope you come back and I hope you help me grow as an ASMR artist. We can do some more personalized triggers if you guys have stuff you like. You know, I can kind of shape it around you if I'm capable of doing it. Oop. It was lovely meeting you. It was very lovely to meet you, Echo Din. Like when people do video essays on X and explore in a different perspective the artist may or may not have had. Yeah. It was great. I love this chat. I look forward to catching the next one. It'll be Thursday if you guys are free. It's okay if you can't pop up, but I'm just letting you know.